Welcome to aminacademy.com. In psychology, we'll discuss about individual differences and criminological psychology. Criminological psychology tries to explain the criminal behavior of individuals and is also concerned with reducing and preventing criminal behavior. Two of the main questions for criminological psychologists to address are: why do people become offenders? Second one, why do people commit offenses? The distinction between these two questions is that the first tries to explain the development of offenders between individual differences, while the second tries to explain the commission of offenses within individual differences. The author suggests one of the best ways to compare between individual differences and within individual differences is to carry out prospective longitudinal studies and frequent data collection opportunities. Additionally, more knowledge is needed to about individual and family risk factors for offending, as well as biological and community risk factors and protective factors. Experimental and quasi experimental studies can help identify causal factors in offending behaviors as well as interactive factors that affect individual offending patterns. A focus on situational influences as well as decision making and learning processes will help address the questions of why criminals are committed. Overall, criminological psychologists should focus on longitudinal and experimental studies that will provide the evidence needed to develop and test comprehensive theories of individual criminal behavior. Now, we'll discuss further detail about criminal psychology. Criminological psychology investigate how individual psychological differences such as personality traits, example impulsivity, aggression, cognitive process and biological factors influence criminal behavior with a focus on identifying the risk factors for offending and informing crime prevention strategies. It examines how individual characteristics interact with environmental factors, drawing on theories from behavioral psychology, social control theory, and developmental approaches to understand and predict criminals act. Some individual differences in criminological psychology. Personality traits. Individuals who commit crimes often exhibit traits like aggression, impulsivity, low empathy, and sensation seeking, distinguishing them from non offenders. Cognitive process. Thought patterns, such as how individuals pursue risk and rewards associated with crime, are influenced by individual differences and can play a role in criminal decision making. Biological factor, genetic predispositions, neurophysiology differences, and imbalance in neurotransmitters are also considered as potential contributors to aggressive or impulsive behaviors linked to criminality. Developmental factors, early childhood experiences, family upbringing and the development of social bonds significantly impact an individual's likelihood to engage in criminal behavior. Key psychological theories in criminology. Behavioral theory. What is that? Emphasize that criminal behavior can be learned through environmental interactions, including reinforcement and the modeling of behaviors. Social control theory suggests that strong social bonds to family and community act as a deterrent to criminal activity. Biological theories explores the role of genetic and neurophysiological factors such as hormonal imbalance in influencing aggressive and impulsive behaviors. Cognitive theories focus on how thought process such as reasoning and problem solving can contribute to criminal behavior. Some applications of criminological psychology. Risk assessment. Psychologists assess the risk of reoffending by evaluating individuals' psychological profiles. Profiling. Insights from criminological psychology help law enforcement and agencies develop profiles to identify patterns and predict potential criminal activities. Intervention and prevention. By understanding the psychological underpinning of crime, specialized interventions and prevention strategies such as cognitive behavioral skills training can be developed. So far, we discussed about the individual differences in criminological psychology. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.